Hello, document. How are you?
I'm good.
So you in the I want to deal with the Islamic aspect of your enforcement.
Mm.
Within the Islamic paradigm, what was the common factor for miracles to happen?
Within Islamic paradigm, is that what you said?
Yes.
The factors for miracles to happen.
Yeah.
One of the
The common
factors,
factor.
if I want to say, is one is that the person must be holy, must possess the spirit of God. That's the true spirit of God.
Remember,
It means
Islam
that
will not mention it.
what I'm talking about this is that the person is in a good relationship with Allah. And
Okay.
this is one. And two is that the will of Allah can step in when he chooses to step in. Two. Then the third one is that that's the two major in this case for me to answer that.
Isn't it also accurate to say that all the miracles that we see recorded in the Quran happened at the hands of a prophet?
Yeah, all the miracles that you see. Sorry again, not all now because
All the
Allah
miracles
also.
recorded in the Quran happened
Your
at the hands of
background is
prophets.
your background.
Can you hear me?
Your background.
Yeah. Yeah, hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said, isn't it accurate to say that all the miracles that happened in the Quran happened at the hands of prophets?
Yes,
All
in the
right. So
Quran.
if you see, yeah, in the Quran, Islamic paradigm, I don't care about the Christian paradigm.
Yeah,
So
that's why I
if
said yes in the Quran. Yes.
All right. So if the Islamic paradigm requires a prophet for miracles to happen, especially the kind of ones you are requesting, the ones on demand, then why are you now asking for it to happen when there are no more prophets?
So what you want to tell me now is that in Islamic paradigm now, Allah only use prophets to perform miracles.
I'm
And
saying
he
the kind of
cannot
miracle.
use, I know, no, I want to get your own understanding. He cannot use, he cannot use someone like you, someone like Noto, someone like you that is very, very strong in your faith. Noto that is very, very strong. I'm just using an example. You cannot use you guys. It's only somebody that Allah has said that this is a prophet. Is that how the Islamic paradigm works? I want to
Yeah,
understand.
this is how the Islamic paradigm operates, where Allah
Okay.
chooses when to act and how to act and why to act. So I don't
Okay.
get to dictate to him when he should act. He gets to set the parameters for how he acts. And the parameter he has set for this kind of miracles that you are asking for, such that I ask God and say, do this, and then he will grant it immediately, it is at the hands of a prophet.
Oh,
So
those
why
ones
are
are
you
in the
now
hands of
expecting?
those ones are in the hands of a prophet. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
the kind
why.
of ones you're asking for, again, miracles will come to different kinds of miracles, but the one you're asking for, such that I see you in pain, I touch you and say heal, and then you are healed. God said the way God acts in Islam is that this only happened through prophets, such that people do not have the prerogative to conjure that kind of request from God. So if this is the case in Islam, why are you now asking
Wait.
for it to happen outside the parameters that are already been
Okay.
set by Islam?
Okay. I accept your paradigm for this particular discussion because it suits what you are saying in the scripture. But now the idea that you said after that was that if God did it, do you know the reason why God did it? Or because you gave me a reason. You said one of the
We'll get to
reasons is
that.
that you said it because you just said it. You said that one of the reasons was that God people might just be asking God for things and God will just be doing it, miracles, and God will just be doing it. Is that what you said?
No, No, I said
You said it
one
now.
of the reasons why people don't get to do it that way is because everybody will want to do it.
So if everybody will want to do it, is God so dumb? Is Allah so dumb that he cannot understand the scenario at when to perform something for which, even if
No,
you want it at your own dispensation?
because the world is supposed to be a test. If you remove the aspect of the test, then the world stops being a test. If I get to say, oh God, please put one, if God gets to operate like a genie, the world stops being a test. So I've already said, maybe I didn't
Yeah, but
mention it to you now.
is it
The
every
world is supposed
miracle?
to be a test.
But is it everything that a prophet said that God did it for the prophets?
No, even the prophet, God
Thank you
chooses
very
what
much.
to
It's the
act
same
on.
thing. It's the same thing that we are saying. So if God is going to do that for a prophet, he can also do that for you. And you are using the
Yeah.
scenario by telling me that it's because everybody will just be asking things. It means that even if you want to ask things from Allah, Allah will choose in his own dispense in time when to answer those things or not, because he's seeing the things ahead of you. So why
Yeah.
will you not use that claim
Yeah.
or that particular statement to just back up the reason? That's why people like you don't have it. That's where I'm seeing the
It's not
problem.
about a claim. It's not about a claim. So, number one, we see that the world, God already told us that the world is a test. Number two, before you even bring the issue of miracles, there's the issue of communication. God only communicates with prophets because communicating with God requires certain level of energy that we do not have. So not only that God does not communicate with us through his angels, there are certain physical
Which of the
limitations
energy that
that
you are talking
applies to
about, then?
us.
Which of the energy?
I don't want us to waste time on that.
Okay.
According
Continue.
what we say that Quran, for example, says the Quran is a heavy speech. So the impact of God's words is not something that everybody can handle. So there's a communication that happens between God and prophets. When a prophet asks for a miracle, God gives him an explanation when it happens and when it doesn't happen. For us to also get that kind of true choice, that in some cases we get this miracle, there has to be a level of communication, direct communication, so that God will tell you. God chooses not to do that. Now, if God chooses not to do something, does that now logically follow that he's incapable of doing it?
I never said he's incapable of doing it in my own speech.
I'm asking a question.
Yeah.
If God chooses not to do a thing,
does that
logically
it was like
follow
a
that he's
stamp.
incapable of doing it?
No.
All right. Let's come back to the issue of miracles then and miracles now.
Thank you.
Well, you mentioned there has to be a scientific way of proving things, right? What is a scientific way of proving a historical incident happened?
Did I say scientific way? I don't understand. What do you?
You mentioned scientific way. Well, we need to find scientific ways of proving things so that if something happens, you can prove it. So you mentioned that in the beginning of your enforcement, talking about how people are making claims of miracles in the past. And so
I said that I later agree on the grounds that I stand on the assumption that these miracles happen. Did I not say that?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Because I wanted to probe as to what kind of scientific way, but if you're agreeing on the testimony that happens historically for history,
because I was standing on that ground that the Muslims have the Muslims were saying that this testimony is true. So I'm saying this testimony is true. But now I'm not even seeing it in my own reality. So it's now for me to go back. If these things are true, it means that you guys don't possess these things that those guys possess, or that particular story is false. That's how I see it.
So if you agree with the premise of, that's fine. If you agree with the premise of historical accounts, let's move on then. I want to assess the need of miracle then and the need of miracle now. Let's use Nigeria as an example. The number of people living in Nigeria and the number of communities that exist in Nigeria today, is it the same as it was 5,000 years ago?
Number of people, no.
The number of communities, is it the same as it was 5,000?
The same ratio. Almost the same ratio. You're using number. I'm going to use ratio in this case. Let's go.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. So I said the number of miracles that happened, so the number of communities that are in Nigeria today and the ones that are 5,000 years ago, are they also the same?
They are not the same, but they are not the same in terms of number, but they are the same in terms of ratio. Let's move on.
What do you mean ratio?
Thank you very much. Because with ratios, with numbers, you want to be counting based on if it is 1,000. So the same with ratio, I would count based on percentage in this case. So that's all I can say. Thank you. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. I'm just trying to let you know where you are going. Come on, let's move forward.
Let's say if you're traveling from Enugu to Aba and you're on that highway, that new highway that they built. Between now and 5,000 years ago, the number of communities would come across, is it the same?
No.
All right. Then if somebody is there on that patch of land 5,000 years ago and you need water now and then, when will a miracle be useful? Now, when you can have multiple communities where you can go and get water, or then when between you and the next community is maybe 2 days, when will a miracle be useful?
A miracle can be useful in any time. It can be used in any time. I just answered your question. It can be used in any. Yeah, based on this scenario, it can be. This is what I'm saying. Based on this scenario, it can be used anytime. And if you want me to expand, I can expand.
Please,
that's all.
Please.
Should I expand?
A time when you can get to the next community is 2 days.
Yeah. Yes.
When you are literally a few minutes away from our next community, and each of them will have a source of water.
Yes.
When will a miracle be needed?
It can be used anytime, and I can give you more context on what I said anytime.
No, please use my example. And
I have said it can be used anytime. I've answered your question. It can be used in the dispensation of that particular few community, and it can be used in the dispensation of that particular large community, even if the length of the distance is short or long. Because if I am staying in a in a large community whereby the distance for me to trek is maybe like even just 2 meters, I can still have the inability to move within that same 2 meters. And miracle can still be performed at that particular point in time. That's why I said it can be used anytime.
Okay.
Thank you.
So for you, the logic is that when somebody can require to move 2 days in order to get the next community and get help, and when he can just shout and get help, the requirement of miracle is the same in both scenarios. All right.
Yes, that's why I said ratio, because I know you want to use number. Continue. Let's move on.
But the ratio, you just said percentage. It didn't make any sense about the ratio.
Yeah, it is the usefulness of what I can say based on that. It has more usefulness, more than counting numbers.
That doesn't have any meaning.
Yeah, it has more usefulness. It is just like saying that 10% of 1,000 and 10% of 10 naira, it is the same thing. It is the same. But if you look at it by 10% of that, it is the same types of ratio.
1,000 and 10% of 10 naira.
Brother, did you even do math? That's why I said ratio. Are you not understanding my statements? I am making a statement. Listen to every word that come out or every character that come out from that statement. Join them together. You'll be able to understand what I said. I said ratio.
Oh yeah, to the ratio of 10% to 1,000 and the 10% to... Obviously, 10% is 10%.
Thank you very much. Then what are we now talking about? Let's move on with the conversation. Let's move on.
Yeah, why are you agitated? I am saying, logically speaking, where will a miracle be needed when somebody...
Anytime.
Again, please use my analogy and explain to me how miracle is equally valid in those two scenarios.
Yes, I can explain based on that if you want me to go forward. I said anytime.
Yeah, go, please, using my scenario of somebody having to walk 2 days to get water and when he can just shout and get water. Explain to me how miracle is needed in both instances equally.
It can be used any of those 2 times.
Not
one of those.
Please,
it can be needed. It can be needed in any of those 2 times. One of them is whereby if you are staying in a place whereby you have a short distance, even within a short distance, you can also cut a circuit whereby you will not be able to complete it. Something can happen to you in that same point in time. Something can happen to you. Anything can happen. You can lose power from reaching that particular location, even if that location is just 1 minute. Even if the location is just 2 minutes, you can also do that. Things can happen. That's what I said anytime. Because we still have it in this time. Are you not saying, okay, are you saying miracles don't happen again in your own, unless you want to say miracles don't happen again because we have large communities, then I will shut up my mouth. Do you want to say miracles don't happen again?
I gave you a simple scenario. Use those scenarios. You are not.
Can we say that miracles don't happen again based on this question?
Miracles happen again.
Thank you very much. And we have large communities. That's what I'm saying. Now we have large communities. Are you not seeing your logic? I
You
am going
refuse to
along with your
engage, so
logic,
that's why
but
we're
you're
not
not seeing
able
your
to get to those
logic.
examples.
Let's move
That's
forward.
fine.
Let's move forward. I'm listening.
He's